The time has come. Guys, I have finally launched my ebook. I cannot explain how excited I am to finally share with you guys my first ever ebook. This is the 63-day glow guide, and this is edition 1 on Transform Your Mind. I have been working so hard on this. Throughout the past year, I've been wanting to release my ebook and I just didn't feel like the time was right. I originally wanted to release one that was like a recipe ebook, which is in the pipeline, guys, don't worry. But this one just means so much to me, and it's so close to my heart because I feel like to truly transform and become your best glowiest self, it all starts within the mind. And this is something that I've learned throughout my whole fitness journey because I have gone through such a roller coaster of where I am with my mindset and my health and how I feel just internally. I finally feel like I'm in a place where I'm just so intuitive with my mind and my body, and if I feel like I'm going off track, I know how to get straight back onto it because I've put all these methods and techniques into practice and they truly have transformed my life. And I feel like I've manifested my life and I've created, yeah, the best so far version of me, and I really want to share this with you guys. I share so much of my tips on my Instagram, on here and TikTok, but I wanted to package that all up into one thing for you guys so it's easy for you to really have a true guide to help you transform your life and transform your mindset to become the best version of yourself. So where do I even start? So what inspired me to create this is through my whole wellness, fitness, health journey, whatever you want to call it, I have gone through a lot of ups and downs, and I really had to dig deep into the true reason as to why I was doing certain things that just didn't serve me. Because at the end of the day, as humans, we all want to feel loved and enough. And I think one of the key things that we don't feel is enough. And that is why we try and change our bodies, and that is why we try and do things to make other people happy and or look a certain way because we want to feel accepted. But when we don't align with that truly and we don't agree with that and we're just sacrificing ourselves, it really is detrimental to our mind and our body and our spirit. So rewind to when I first started with fitness. I was in second year of uni and I never really had a crazy relationship with food. I just kind of ate what I wanted. I loved food. I was always a foodie. I loved cooking too, but just not so much like healthy cooking. I didn't really understand really what was healthy kind of thing. But I noticed I started to gain a bit of weight throughout college and first year of uni because I was just eating utter junk and I was drinking at that point. I don't really drink that much anymore, only on occasion, but I was drinking a lot back then. Wasn't really moving my body too much. Like I did dance and cheerleading here and there, but it wasn't like a proper training like routine, and I just didn't really have that in my mind. Like I was pretty lazy. I feel like I'm a true sloth at heart, but anyways. So I remember in the middle of first year of uni, I was like, I really want to get in shape. Like I feel like I want to feel better about myself, and that is the first thing. I really validated myself based on how I looked, and I think that is the first mistake because if you're basing your validation on external things like how you look and really basing it on the outcome, then you will never be happy. When you base your worth on these things that you can't necessarily control really, you're always going to be wanting more. So anyways, so I started with, you know, going to the gym a little bit, but just kind of doing cardio. I started eating healthier, which was really like smaller portions, and I did lose a bit of weight, and I was doing these kind of workouts every day from home, like 30 minutes, kind of body weight, more like high intensity, like gets the heart pumping type workouts. And yeah, I lost a bit of weight, but I wasn't really seeing a lot of like muscle tone because I naturally have a lot of muscle tone. Yeah, genetics, word on my side on that one. When I was younger, I didn't play a lot of sport really. Like I did sport here and there, but I did dancing, but I wasn't a major, like, you know, athletics, sporty kind of child. Like, I'd be the one that would try and get out of PE lessons because I just rather stay inside and not be cold. I wasn't a sporty child at all. Like, I wasn't active. I was more like creative and loved like doing my makeup and my hair and just like dressing nice and stuff. Like, I was that kind of child. I mean, you can do both. Obviously, you can do both. I'm kind of like that now. But anyways, then I kind of wanted more because I was like obviously basing my value on how I looked. And then I started going to the gym. My friend introduced me to using more weights and I kind of learned more about that, and I was slowly building muscle, and at this point I was also plant-based, which I think really educated me a lot about food. I learned how to cook healthy meals and create things from scratch. I was big into a lot of cooking and making everything from scratch, but it also led me to this mindset of being so obsessive with clean eating. I'm pretty sure I had body dysmorphia. I feel like I also had symptoms of orthorexia, which I think is when you're obsessed with clean eating, and I really didn't want to have any other foods that I didn't allow myself. So I was eating a very high carb diet. I didn't eat any fats really. I really limited them. I obviously ate some avocados and stuff, but I didn't want to touch oil. I didn't want to touch salt because I thought it would bloat me and make me fat. Like, these were the thoughts I was having in my head. Like, I was demonizing foods. I was labeling foods good and bad, and I just developed this like crazy mindset around what I could eat. I was obsessively thinking about food all the time. I would wake up and the first thing I think about is food. Go to sleep, the last thing I think about was what I was going to eat the next day. And I always had snacks with me, always. Like, there was no way in hell that I was ever gonna be left hungry because I always had a snack in my bag. And it was just these obsessive thoughts that, like, it's fine to carry snacks in your bag now, obviously. Like, maybe I'll carry a snack in my bag, but rarely, to be honest, because I know there's always going to be food available for me to eat. Like, it's not life and death. And if I do have to go a bit without food, like, it's fine. Like, I'll survive. But I was just so obsessed with this, and it really did take over part of my life. Like, even socially, like, going out to eat meals would cause me anxiety, because I was so conscious about like what I could eat, what was healthy, you know, how much I could eat, like was it gonna make me gain weight, like all this kind of stuff. And I was always so obsessed with my body. Yeah, I just became just so engrossed in that. And I think because part of my personality type, I feel like when I become really into something, I become very into it, and I was so dedicated to this lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely positives to it. Like, I changed my health around. Like, I was not healthy before, and I became the healthiest, quote unquote healthiest person from the outside, I suppose. But I think mentally I just wasn't, and I didn't make that connection between my mind and my body. And that is why I created this ebook, because I wanted to teach you guys how important your mindset is to creating a reality you want. Because a lot of the time I had so much resistance and I just wasn't surrendering to what felt right for me, and that I think was stopping me from getting, you know, feeling the way I wanted to feel. And although I saw physical results, I just wasn't feeling my most confident, which is crazy, because I look back at photos and I think, wow, like, yeah, I looked really lean, and I was also very physically strong, like probably the strongest I was, because I was doing so much weight training and it was very structured and strict. But with my mindset, because I was so obsessed, it was like my life. Like, I didn't leave space for anything else, and I was just so engrossed in that. So I went on to kind of bodybuilding training style, and I was then counting my calories and tracking my macros, weighing my foods, doing these intense training sessions like 5-6 times a week, probably 6 times a week. And I wasn't listening to my body, and I didn't understand that as women especially, we have obviously a cycle. I wasn't getting my period during this time, so that's probably why I was able to do these like hard intense workouts day in day out. But you know, I've got to a place where I'm so intuitive with my body now that I understand if I'm feeling tired. It's the difference between being lazy and feeling tired. And if I'm feeling so tired because of where I am in my cycle, I don't feel like I need to do an intense workout. Maybe I'll just go for a walk or stretch. But back then I would not have that. Even going to like a workout class, I wouldn't count that as an actual workout, and I would still do my own weights workout on top of that, because I'm like, I must train shoulders today because it's shoulder day, so I would do 2 workouts in one day. So it was just like that obsessive thinking, and I was just consumed by it all, and I didn't understand the connection between my mind and my body. I kind of tapped into meditation back then, but I didn't really understand it. I thought it was just kind of slow breathing, and I couldn't really focus my mind, and I would fall asleep because I would try and do it laying down when I woke up. Obviously that's not gonna help. I just tried all these things that I thought would get me to my goal body. I was obsessively checking my abs every day, taking pictures, progress pictures, like every single day. I was weighing myself. It was pretty intense, and I didn't see how lean I was at the time, which is kind of scary, because looking back I was like, whoa, she's lean. But now I've learned that obviously no matter what you look like, you will never be satisfied or happy with yourself if you don't love yourself now. And I think that is like such a key thing, is learning how to love yourself now. And through this whole process, and I was still into self-development then, but I wasn't really connecting it to myself and really loving myself for who I was. I was always looking to change something, and I wasn't digging deep into my own personal reasons. I was kind of looking at it from like, you know, what is the answer? Like, what do I have to do to get to the best of me? Like, tell me the answer, without actually digging deep and having to do that kind of shadow work. Which in my ebook I kind of guide you through how to do shadow work, how to really achieve the goals that you've always wanted to be achieving, how to find your life purpose, affirmations that I say every day, journal prompts, the 21-day guidelines, the daily challenges, the morning routine, the vision board. I've put so much information in this, guys. It literally is like, it's gold, if I say so myself. Going back to that, I also was experiencing binge eating, which obviously is not fun for anyone. If anyone's ever experienced that, it literally feels like your life is being taken over by food. It is that dramatic. I think back to those days and I was miserable. I was like I just couldn't do it anymore. Like I just felt like food was controlling my mind, my life. I always thought about food. It would be in the evenings where I would binge, where I would eat healthy all day, and then in the evening, if I had like something in my cupboards that were like vegan, like they were like plant-based, like vegan healthy foods, like, or even like granola or like crisps or like anything like that, even if they were like healthy, I would eat it all until I was like so full. But like I kept eating even though I was so full, and then until there basically was like none of it left. Like I just, yeah, it was awful. And the reason why we binge is because we're not satisfied with something else in our life. It's never really about the food. Looking back at it, like it wasn't about, you know, me being obsessed with like crisps or granola. It was what was happening mentally. And I think mentally I thought I wasn't enough because I was attaching myself to the way that I looked so much, and the fact that I felt like I was gaining weight again after like eating more and going back to intuitive eating. It kind of played on my mind, and the more I focused on that, the more I was getting from that. And I didn't understand this at this point, and I just wanted, again, a quick fix answer, and I just didn't understand that you really have to do the work and change your mindset to get over this binge eating. Because like binge eating, it's like any addiction. It's like binge drinking, it's smoking, it's all these things that we know aren't good for us and don't really make us feel good, but we can't stop doing it because that is what we gravitate towards to kind of hide how we really feel. And it's like a crutch to rely on and keep going back to because we want to like numb our feelings. Well, that went pretty deep. It's all these things that are just like we're hiding, and through a lot of ups and downs and, you know, times I feel like I've gotten over it and then like experienced some binging again, I would then feel like these highs and lows, and I feel like I finally got to a point where I feel so intuitive with my body. Like I'm really proud of myself to say that like I don't really have binge episodes anymore. I'm so intuitive with the foods I eat. I know what foods work for me. I have these guidelines and I have these techniques and methods that I do every day that keeps me staying positive and energized and motivated even when I don't feel like it at the start. Obviously everyone has low days, it's not like I'm always 100% on a high, but I just have these techniques that help me accept it and feel it and just kind of get over it rather than like dwell on it and then do these other things to try and mask and make me feel better, but it's not how you actually do it. I know how soul crushing almost, and I know how difficult it is to be in that position where you wake up and you just like can't be bothered. You wake up and you just think, what is like, I have no purpose, like what is my goal today? And you just lie there and then you're like, okay, well I'll just get up and do the same thing I do every day, even though it doesn't make me feel good. Like I know how that feels. And then in the cycle of even binge eating and over exercising and not feeling in tune with your body and just not understanding yourself, like I know how it feels and it's awful. And when you're in that, it's like you're not yourself either, and you can't reach your highest potential and really achieve your true goals when you're in that state, because it's just not feasible, because your mind is so consumed with these other things that it doesn't have space to kind of think about the things that actually matter and how you can be a better person to help others, because you're so distracted by all these other things, you're not in the moment. And I think that is the thing, it's getting back to the present moment and really understanding, you know, how can I really feel present in this moment, take my emotions away from the situation, and how can I, you know, make a neutral decision, and how can I detach my thoughts from reality. You know, your thoughts create your reality, so how can you detach negative thoughts and kind of move them into like positive thoughts, and how do you form new habits, and how do you get rid of limiting beliefs, and all these things I can teach you. I have included all this in the 63-day glow guide in the first edition. Again, like I said, it's focused on transforming your mind. Before we even get into the whole, you know, transforming your body, this is really focusing on your mindset, really becoming clear on who you want to become, what it feels like to feel like your best self, and all these things to support you through it. So that is why I decided to create the 63-day glow guide. There's going to be 3 segments to this. It's mind, body and spirit on Guide Me Glow, and I'm also going to be coming up with a membership platform soon, which I'm so excited about. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because that's going to be really exciting. The first thing is this ebook that has just come out. I would love if you guys could give me some feedback on it too. Obviously it's my first ever ebook, so I'm sure, you know, I'm going to be expanding and growing from here, but I'm just so excited to finally get this out and really truly help you guys with this, because I think that as much as Instagram kind of glamorizes and makes everything look so beautiful, it really is the work that you have to do to get to that life. Like, it's not like this life was just handed to me and I wake up every day feeling this good and, you know, everything like this. You create your reality, and that is why focusing on improving your mindset and really tapping into your subconscious mind is so important to achieving the life of your dreams. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much if you decide to purchase the 63-day glow guide edition 1. It would mean the world if you would share it with your friends, tell your friends and family about it, because I feel like it really would help transform a lot of people's lives, and we're all on this journey together. So I'm just excited to finally share with you guys like this part of me, and hopefully it can help you transform your life as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.